I think I might only have time for one more video this morning here. It's 11:45. It's getting close to breakfast time. I'd really like to watch these videos before I upload them. So I'm just continuing on with my list here. The beginning of the lists. So I have all these other ones. Uh, so I'm checking them off, my notes as I go along. All right, so continuing to talk about, this is the continuation of Remembrance of the Cousin. Yeah, so he was the cousin who had the most impact on my life, the most significant cousin impact of my life, because he was like, it felt like a closeness because it was my first. It felt like my first um, friendship in a way because we hung out a lot, we played a lot, and so it was from my youth. Uh, so all right, so continuing on with the notes here. There's this one very early memory I have, which I've been trying to make sense of for many years. Uh, so we were in my backyard at the sandbox. I had this sandbox in my backyard. And so me and him were back in the backyard, but in the sandbox, uh, just playing, talking. And he said something which, um, kind of, in retrospect, is kind of a little disturbing. But I feel that it's kind of interesting that he that he used this word, um, since he died real young. Um, Everybody dies, but it just feels significant that he used this word. Okay, so we're in the sandbox and playing, and so there's the sand part, the color of the sand, which is different from the color of the dirt underneath the sand. So we would dig through the like a hole in the sandbox, through the sand, and then there's the dirt underneath, which is much darker. Um, so just thought it was interesting, noticing how at the time, noticing how different the dirt looked from the sand. And so he used this word, coffin. He said um, he said we're digging down to the coffin. So I'm sure at the time, that's because I was young. I don't know how old. Probably around 5 or 4. I I probably had never even heard that word before he said it. I don't know how odd that is for anyone else. It just depends on your experiences, I suppose. How many funerals you had gone to, maybe. But at that time, I had never gone to any funerals and didn't think about death at all. So I don't think I was even aware of what a coffin was. So at the time my cousin said we were digging down to the coffin, I was thinking that what he was calling the dirt, that was coffin. I thought he was saying that the dirt, the dark dirt, was Coffin. So I remember saying, "Look, there's the coffin." So I was referring to the dirt as coffin. I thought that's what he was saying was coffin. I didn't know what a coffin was, and I'm sure he didn't really he wasn't like he didn't say that's not coffin. That's not what I meant. I don't think he said anything like that. He might have, but I don't think he did. So I'm just trying to make sense of this, and I'm just thinking back and thinking like I don't know. Maybe he had gone to a funeral and was aware of what a coffin was. So I'm sure from his, I'm just assuming from his perspective, from his uh, side of it, he was probably just joking around. I guess I don't know. He might have been really thinking that we were going to dig down to an actual coffin, but he was probably just joking around with me. Probably. I don't know. It's kind of hard to uh, understand the mind of a child, I suppose. So I just assume he was probably just joking around and saying we were going to dig down to an actual wooden uh, coffin which had a body in it. So that's not what I was thinking at the time, though. It was only many years later that I was thinking, did he really say coffin? Did I not hear him right? Was he saying coffee? Because it was like the color of coffee grounds, but I don't think so. I'm remembering coffin. I'm very pretty sure he said coffin. We were digging down in the sandbox. We were going to be digging down to the coffin. Memory is a funny thing. Sometimes I have doubts about memories, like thinking like because like when many years go by and you have this memory and you're thinking, did this really happen? Because it was like when I was a kid and was this real? Did this really happen? And just like doubting my own memory, like thinking, did I dream that or was that a memory? So I'm thinking maybe other people have that where they think when they get older, many when they become an adult, do they think back on their childhood and their memories and do they doubt their memories as like did they really happen or were they dreams? Not all of them, but like but yeah, I'm pretty sure this really happened. So kind of a disturbing thing for two kids to be in Sandbox, and one of them said, "We're going to be digging down to the coffin." Moving on with the notes here. I just thought that was really interesting, worth mentioning, especially considering that my cousin has since died really young. Talking about digging up coffins in the sandbox. So I have this other memory of the sandbox. Uh, it might have been like a year or two later after this digging up coffin discussion. But we were by the sandbox, and I I um I had to go to Sunday school occasionally, and so the bus would come. There was a bus to pick me up for Sunday school, and I could see. I think I saw in the front possibly there was. I might have saw the bus pull up to the front of the house because we were all the way in the backyard. by in the sandbox, and they probably honked like a little tap honk, like beep or beep beep, the bus for the Sunday school pickup. And I was just thinking, oh, I didn't want to go to. I wasn't just thinking it. I actually said, I don't want to go to Sunday school. I just, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Like when you rather stay back by the sandbox, playing with your cousin, than go to Sunday school, listening about religion and stuff. Wouldn't it be more fun to just stay back by the sandbox? So I said, I don't want to go to Sunday school. And then my cousin said, well, don't go. You don't have to go. Which is kind of funny that he was just like saying this to me, and as if he had the authority to decide this for me. And I thought it was kind of an interesting moment for me, because I think that this was the first time I ever questioned, uh, or I had the idea of questioning, just had that proposed to me of questioning uh, authority, or just doing what I was supposed to do, possibly. So this is kind of influence he had on me. What? Sunday school? Nah, don't go to Sunday school. Play hooky. Something I never did from school. Play hooky. Um, so he said I didn't have to go to Sunday school. So I was thinking, what? I don't have to? It's my choice? Because my parents signed me up for it. So I assumed, well, I gotta go. My parents signed me up for Sunday school. Gotta do it, because they told me I had to. So this was the first time I was thinking, what? I can decide. I can make my own decisions? What? So that was an interesting moment. So I didn't go that day. I did not go to Sunday school. I think for a while after that, maybe I didn't go. And then I went again. I don't remember. Maybe I was just told I had to do it. You got to go to Sunday school. I don't remember that conversation, but I do remember going again after that, just not then, and not probably not a few times after that. So I don't know. I don't remember what we did. We just hung out back by the sandbox. Me and my cousin. Hmm. I want to get another video done. Maybe one more. Yeah. I'm gonna try to do one more video here, talking about my cousin.